Welcome back to the League of Hustlers. How do you create, maintain, and grow multiple streams of income? That's what we're going to talk about today. This is part 2 of the Dream Stream strategy. All right, let's get it.
Welcome to a noble society of young urban entrepreneurs sharing knowledge and building wealth. Welcome to the League of Hustlers.
The hustle is in your bones. It runs through your veins. It's that ambition to do more, become more. You can feel it. You know you have what it takes. You know you can build the life you've been dreaming of. It's time you live up to your potential. Welcome to the League of Hustlers.
Welcome back to the League of Hustlers. I'm your co-host, HT.
Yep, I'm CD Barnes.
And this is the League of Hustlers. And like we said, man, how everybody talks about growing these multiple streams of income. And then they're like, yeah, you can just do this and you can just do that. But what we're seeking to do is really walk you through the actual steps, giving you a game plan to follow, all right, in terms of creating multiple streams of income, all right? And we're just going to hop right into it. If you haven't watched part 1, all right, if you haven't watched part 1, go back and watch part 1. We created a whole playlist for this. It's called the Dream Stream Strategy. Okay, why did we do that? Well, I'll tell you, because so many people talk about creating these multiple streams of income, but they really don't show you how to do it. All right, and that's what we seek to do. All right, our mission is to show you exactly how you can create these multiple streams of income, and not only create them, but use them to live and create the life of your dreams. All right, that's why we call it the Dream Stream strategy. We're giving you the strategy in terms of how to create these streams of income that can then fund your dreams. Okay, again, this is us, right? League of Hustlers. We talk about mindset and financial freedom. Okay, and this is an award-winning podcast, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you lock in. That's what we're about. And this is the 3rd season. And what we've done over all of these different seasons is talk to different people. We've analyzed different subjects. We've gone deep into money management, right? Getting your mind right, budgeting, different types of hustles, right? So just wanted to let you know what we're about and how we're approaching this and why we're qualified to talk about this, okay? And so it's a simple overview. The Dream Stream strategy is an easy to follow workbook that walks you through creating, mastering, and maintaining multiple streams of income. It helps you define achievable dreams, choose your perfect opportunity, plan your strategy, and systemize your success so that you can enjoy the life of your dreams. Okay? Now, this is an overview. Go ahead and grab that, bro.
All right, yep. So, Dream Stream strategy is a sequence of steps, man. Easy to follow, 1 through 10 right here. Number 1, we start off with visualizing success. And next up, taking account. This is what we're actually going to be diving a little bit deeper into today. Taking account, taking responsibility for where you are and where you want to go based on what you described in step 1, your vision, the vision process of it. And after that, you got bridging the gap, all right, understanding how to get, what's the difference between, step 1 and step 2, kind of
don't give them too much. Don't give them too much.
Okay.
Don't give them too much. We go.
After bridging the gap, we're going to help you figure out how to select the opportunity. We're going to help you figure out how to identify your hustle. After that, we're going to help you plan, plot, and strategize the execution of that hustle, all right, which is also step 6, which is going to be on you, actually, all right? We're going to help you get there, but you're going to have to actually drive the vehicle. After that, we're going to help you simplify and strategize your workflow so that you can get to the next step, which is maintain and optimize. All of that is basically a part of scaling. And then step 9, we're going to help you do some budgeting so you can allocate your resources appropriately, your time, your money, your it could be your employees or any, whatever resources that you have. We're going to help you allocate those so that you can continue to grow your business. And then you're going to repeat that layer of the process until you reach the glorious step 10, which is the realization of the success that you described in step 1. And that's the dream stream strategy, from the 1,000-foot view. All right.
Oh yeah.
But that's it, guys. Step by step, man. It's actually really simple, but the workbook itself, we dive down into each part individually and we break it down so that we can progress to the next step. And every step is built on, the previous step. So it's kind of like you have to do these things in order, and if done correctly, you'll definitely find yourself achieving your goals, building these streams of income. And the great thing about it is this model actually fits other things as well outside of setting up multiple streams of income. That's the focus of it, but you can apply the same strategy to other parts of your life as well.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. And like we said last time in part 1, we talked about visualize success, right? And in that, make sure you go back and watch the video. There's some really good gems in there. But the key points is that success varies, right? You define your own success, and you need to start with visualizing your success. And like CD was saying, each step of the process, we have worksheets that's going to walk you through, right? And the whole objective is so that you have this workbook full of worksheets that you can use anytime you want to create a new stream, right? You see how that works? So you're going to have this whole workbook, right? That's full of worksheets that talks about each step. And then once you want to work on once you realize that first dream, and you want to work on a new one, boom, download the workbook again or order another workbook, and then bam, complete it, walk through the steps. And, we just keep building upon income stream, upon income stream, upon income stream. Some people nowadays are saying that you need 10 sources of income, right? 10, right? That is, honestly, to be 100% honest, that's a daunting task, right? From being in this space and, trying so many things and working on so many things, that is a daunting task. But what we want you to do is focus on one. Focus on your first income stream, your second one, third one, but do it one at a time, okay? So that you can have that intense focus, right? And like we were saying, the second step, right, of the dream stream strategy, the second step, right, is take account. Take account.
Right.
So, and that's kind of like a double entendre, right? So take a count, like count where you currently are, like realize where you currently are, take an honest assessment of your current situation. Okay, so take an account of where you currently are, but also taking accountability, right, of where you currently are, and knowing that you are where you are because of the actions that you took. The actions that you took have gotten you to where you are now. Right? This is an honest realization we have to have with ourselves, and not to say it as if everything is bad, right? Some stuff that you have in your life is good. I would hope that the majority of the things that you have going for yourself is good, right?
Right.
But understand you're responsible for that, right? So that is empowering within itself, right? You're responsible for the successes that you've had. And again, the Dream Stream strategy is designed for somebody working on their first income stream or somebody working on their 20th, right? It's just a systematic process to make building those streams easier, right? So whether you've had a bunch of success, right, and you're taking account of all the success that you've had, and you're taking accountability for all the successes that you've had, but we also have to be honest with ourselves. what about the failures that we've had? We got to take accountability for those too, and take account of those shortcomings as well. All right. So we're taking the good with the bad, both. So accountability is power, right? First bullet point, understand that taking accountability is powerful, right? And just all the stuff I was just saying, being able to take control, right? Taking accountability for your present to take ownership of your future, right? When we take accountability of where we are now, we're able to take accountability and understand that, hey, with all the success that I've had with my current situation, I can have more success. What if I just shifted my focus? What if I changed the target, right? And nothing wrong with my aim. I just had to change the target. Okay. You want to add anything to that?
Yeah, actually, it kind of reminds me of the quote, man. Nightingale, man. What does he say? We're all responsible for our current situation, but only the successful people will admit it,
Yeah.
Something to that effect. But either way, it is very important to understand, that if you're in a bad situation right now, you have to take responsibility for that. If you're in a good situation right now, you would do the same. You would take responsibility for that. So it is empowering, because if you can be, the whole point behind this is, if you can be responsible for your current situation, then you can also be responsible for your next situation, your future situation. So that's really what it's about, is understanding that and getting a grip on where you are right now, understanding. And then you can't grow, or you can't maintain what you can't measure. So that's the other part of this. You want to be able to put yourself in a position where you can measure where you are right now, take accountability for what it is you've been doing. What have I been doing in my day-to-day? What am I missing? And then all of that should fuel you to be able to make the adjustments for your new goal, for the goal that you set in the previous step, in step one. So that's, a big part of this step is just understanding that. All right. What you can measure, you can work on, you can grow. And also, if you can take responsibility for your current situation, then you can also take responsibility for your next situation, which is going to be, an even better situation. So just keeping that stuff in mind.
Right. And that is critical. It's like perspective. Like, everybody has been dealt a certain hand in life, right? We just call it what it is. No, one person's or a group of people's situation is the same. And so how we react to different situations that happen to us determines basically the future, right? The next things that happen, right? And so if you look back, I say that to say this, just think back over your life, right? Think back over, critical or really impactful, not critical, but impactful situations that happen in your life, like things that really, really change your outlook on the world, or that, had a major effect on your life, right? And look at how those situations have made you who you are today, right? And just think about if you could have reacted different to a situation, right? If you, reacted negatively or positively, right? Or if you took more action or less action. A really simple example of this is like in school. One thing that I realized later on, right after graduating college, is that, like, man, I could have actually tried harder. You know what I mean? But you're too caught up in the social life and this and partying and hanging out and blah blah blah. But it's like, I could have actually went harder at college. You know what I mean? I probably could have had, like, all A's the entire time. You know what I mean? So that's one of those examples where you're like, wow, I did good, but I could have done better. And so this is what this piece is about. It's about taking accountability. This is what this step is about. Taking accountability of your present, right? Where you are right now. Just taking accountability. Like CD was saying, like I was saying, some things are great. Some things that you've been doing have been working out well. Some things haven't, right? So where can we make up the slack, right? Pick up the slack. Where can we do things different? Like we know, like now, knowing what I knew back in school, right? And looking back after I graduated, like, wow, I actually could have tried harder. I could have did better. And so now when I take a course or a class or anything like that, I know my potential now. And so I approach it way different. This is why a lot of people go on to like obtain a master's and they have like straight A's. It's because they were able to step back and, really assess that they could have done better, and then they actually do better, right? So think about where you are, right? Take accountability of where you are. Take account of the things that you have, right? So think about this. Last episode, we talked about the dream, right? We've talked about this vision, this dream that you have. Now we're looking at where we are right now. Okay, we're looking at where we are right now. We're taking account of the things that we have. We know where we want to go, right? And so now we're saying, okay, this is where we are. This is our starting point. Okay, we have a baseline right here, right now. And that's what this section is about. Okay, and the worksheets, we help you realize like where you are right now. We help you realize the shortcomings that you may have, encountered. But we're also showing you, the great things that you've done as well. Okay. And so that's what this section is about, taking accountability. This is our starting point. Okay. If you don't have a starting point, you don't know where you're going. You don't know your ending point. You could set an ending point, but it's kind of difficult to not know where you're starting at in order to be able to successfully navigate to where you want to end at. Okay. So that's the one thing I want to add to that.
Yeah, and that's right. That's it, man. Setting that starting point. You want to get to, let's say San Diego, California, but you don't know, you can't determine how to get there if you don't know where you're starting from. And that's a major point. Taking account is setting your starting point. I'm here now. Another thing too is if you look at businesses that releasing those quarterly reports, you know what I mean? You're just doing a report on yourself.
There you go.
It's just a moment of clarity. You need to have a moment of honesty, a moment of clarity to say what I'm doing, just checking in. What I'm doing is not going to get me where I'm trying to go. I need to revamp. I need to pick it up. Or you may look at it and say, I'm right on track. I'm right where I need to be. And actually I can get there earlier if I do these things, so that, that's really what it is, is just figuring out where you are, because we have a destination in mind that we need to get to, so taking account, very big step in this whole process. Need to be honest, need to be clear. All right, make sure you hit shop.leagueofhustlers.com. You need to sign up, all right? Register. We're going to be sending out emails letting you know when we're actually dropping the workbooks, and we're sending out free templates and the whole nine for all of these different sections. This is a workbook, and you'll have the activities that you can walk through and complete yourself. So make sure you hit the website, shop.leagueofhustlers.com. All right.
Get on the list. Get on the email list, because when we drop it, you want to be first in line, right? First to be notified about it. So make sure you get on the email list. Make sure you subscribe. We hope this helps, man. And not only that, we hope that I personally know that this stuff works. You know what I'm saying? I know the strategy works because we derived it from talking to so many different entrepreneurs, our own experiences. We know that this works, and from an analysis of tons of different people's experiences. So we know it worked, but what we hope is that you work it. All of it works, but you have to work it. Okay, so get on the list, like CD was saying, and that's it for this episode. Take accountability, understand where you are, understand that some things that you've been doing haven't been serving you well, right? Some things that you've been doing have been hindering you. Some things that you're doing, it's like working out, those chips, right? You're trying to lose weight, but you're still eating the chips. Like, put the chips down. You know what I mean? Put the chips down, put the Twinkies down, right? Just because no one sees you, just because no one is watching, doesn't mean that you can still move how you want to move. Okay. We so that's one piece of it. The other piece of it, though, is also some of the stuff that you've been doing has been working. All right. So let's figure out how we can do more of that kind of stuff.
Double down. Yep.
Figure out how we can do more. Let's identify those things that are working. Let's identify those things that aren't serving us well. And we're going to reduce the things that aren't serving us well. We're going to increase the things that are serving us well. Okay. So like we said, make sure you subscribe, get on the email list, shop.leagueofhustlers.com. And that's it for this episode. Okay. Anything else, bro?
That's it. League of Hustlers, we out.
Yeah, man. Catch y'all next time.